Meta fam, how we all doing today? I was just noticing these tweets, and then all of a sudden, Terry Younkers, which is like always on top of the reporting, came out with his video today. Make sure you go watch it. It's a really good video. You're gonna be amazed. It's the tweets that he's reading all align with what I believe in anyway. And I know you're saying to yourself, hey, John, you're always like going over all these other YouTubers and stuff. Why should I even listen to you? Why don't I just go directly to them? Let me explain why. Because I spend most of my day at home watching what's going on. And even if I'm just kind of like reviewing what they're saying and reviewing what's on Twitter, which, Terry does that too. He does a very good job of that. Even if I'm just repeating what everyone's saying, I do it with a little bit of a flair. No, I'm just kidding. The main thing being is because I'm at home all day, that if trading ever does open up, I guarantee you on that one, I'm going to be the first one reporting on it. But in this particular case, Terry got me again. He beat me again to reporting something I wanted to report on. But so we're gonna go ahead and give him all the kudos in the world and go watch his video. And what's the important part here is Scott Trate or Trot, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. He tweets out here that Ameritrade had just told him at 4:75 p.m. in a conversation with Ron Fleming that FINRA halted MMTLP when the dark pool trades hit 100% the normal value. And that's when they nuked it with the U3 halt, because the share price bore no resemblance to the actual value. No kidding. But it did bear value that we knew what it was worth. And we knew that the short squeeze was going to be astronomical. That's why there's so many people, like go to MMTLP Studios. There's so many people that invested everything they had in it because it was a give me. It was a given. It was the ticket, the golden ticket as we call it. John Berger retweeted what he had to say and added to it. Likely they were seeing the levels 2 showing only 5 million shares, showing only 5 million shares up to $4,000 on the offer side. Yes, that means that our shares were worth, and this is just at the beginning of it. That's why he mentions kind of like a sampling of 5 million shares there, of up to $4,000 per share. Yeah, so the theory that was being brought out there before that I was very hesitant to say at one point, that these shares, I kept sticking with they're probably worth $1,000 a share, but I'd be happy to get $500 a share. I was saying things like that. Most of us were, because we were afraid to say what we were thinking, and what we were really believing was, these could be worth a lot more than that. They could easily be worth $10,000 a share. But here's the thing. The rich think they won on this one. I mean, but there's too much public information out there. They're going to have to pay up, and they're going to have to open up the market. And I'm sorry, but a couple of you little generational wealthy families are going to have to go bankrupt. It's our turn. I guess it's the stupidest, retardedest way to say it. It's our turn. We made the right play. We invested in it. We all know that the shares are worth $4,000 to $10,000. In my opinion, because, we don't have any proof yet until they open up the market. We could go way past $10,000 a share. This could get ridiculous. And at some point, I don't know, the government just bailed out the banks. Why don't they go ahead and bail out the richy riches? Well, they don't have to pay. I mean, they got all the little friends in FINRA and stuff like that halting. They got judges not making decisions, kind of like procrastinating. All this are going to keep kicking down the can because we'll just get bored. But, it's kind of important that you understand the value of a share so you don't get bored. All right? I don't care how long the fight takes. This time, they're not going to win. And this time, there's going to be many, many people that were struggling, that saw this coming, that are going to be filthy, filthy rich. And so be it if a few people have to go bankrupt. It is what it is. Terry, I appreciate your reporting, as usual. A reporter, a lot of this that's exactly what it is. Granted, I'm giving you our opinions. There's a lot of brain, what do you call that? Speculation going on here. But you know what it is? It's more than that. And you know it and I know it. It's more than speculation. you need to go ahead and hit like. You need to go ahead and pass this message on. And you need to let people get a little excited about this. All right, granted, our money ain't here yet. Granted, they haven't opened up traded yet, but we do know our day's coming. All right, MetaFam. Till we meet again.